Hey, Jeff Bakalar.
Oh, hey, Dan. Sorry, I was playing with my new toy here.
Oh, yeah? Tell me about it. Is it at all confusing?
I think there's a learning curve, is a way I will put it. We're talking about the Asus ROG Ally X.
Now, Bakalar, this has been confusing to me because, so we got this like what, mid last week or so?
Yeah, give or take, right? About a week ago or so.
Yeah, and I loaded it up. I got my games and stuff, and I played a bunch of games all weekend, and they ran great. And I was like comparing, like, oh wow, look, this runs a lot better than here. I'll download it on the Steam Deck, and I was like just playing a bunch of games, and it was working, and I was enjoying it. And then I talked to you about it, and you were like, oh, well, these updates break everything. This doesn't work. That doesn't work. And I felt like we were talking about two different devices because I was just happily playing games and you were in deep update land. And now that we've gotten together and talked about this, I think our confusion is coalescing.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's helpful to kind of take a step back and really understand sort of the journey here, right?
Mm-hmm.
We when we received this new portable, there was a lot of literature that accompanied it that said, hey, you really want to get this updated as thoroughly as possible. And that has proved to be an interesting sort of process because this is a Windows 11 machine that has an Xbox sort of forward experience built into it. Mm-hmm. Meaning they've done some trickery where they're basically prioritizing the Xbox app to run, and you have to sort of possess a bit of Windows savviness to kind of understand the language that this thing is speaking. Do you think that's a fair way to put it?
Well, yes, partially because you were describing a whole startup experience and default app and stuff that I have never seen. So I loaded up to this. This is Armory Crate. This is something like I've got the ROG Ally X, so I'm used to this. And there's ways you can go to desktop mode, go to Windows and things like that. But I have not seen this full screen Xbox integration. Frankly, I have mainly been using this to play Steam games, and that has been working. But I have also, I downloaded Gears on the Xbox app. I downloaded the Epic Games Store and played Fortnite on it. So it's that is all working. That is the appeal to me of the non-Steam portable, you can play things from other storefronts. And I was doing that and it's working. But here's where I think it gets super confusing. So folks, you can see here from Armory Crate, which is the built-in app here, I can launch Steam, I can launch Xbox, I can launch Epic or Ubisoft.
And you're in Armory Crate now.
This is Armory Crate. So there's an Armory Crate button here, and there's also a Windows button here.
Well, that's an Xbox, but
yeah. Sorry, Xbox. And it's kind of confusing as to where each one takes you, and it seems to change from time to time. But take a look at this. So I can launch the individual storefronts here, and then I can go here to all games, and I can launch. So there's Gears from the Xbox app. So I can just launch this from Armory Crate. I can launch Fortnite. That'll launch the Epic thing. And then I've got all these games here that are on Steam that I can launch, which is kind of most of the stuff I've been playing. And then you can go into, if I hit this button, these three vertical lines, it takes me into this Xbox app, which I can do the same thing. So I can launch all of the games from here, from different storefronts and things like that. Now, here's the confusing thing. I see Grub in the chat and Bakalar asking me oh, wait, what about the full screen experience? And it's in all of my time, I've spent hours with this weekend. Not once did I see a prompt for a full screen experience. We did get an email from Asus when they sent it out being hey, I had any problems with the full screen experience? And I was no, games are running in full screen fine. That's didn't know what they were. I just thought they were asking if I could run games in full screen. I was yeah, totally, it's great. 1920, 1080, great. So I have never seen this full screen experience apparently. So and before, that's what we were doing before the stream went live, is Bakalar was telling me to go into different settings and things like that. And I just don't even have options to do that. Despite, they sent an email saying, make sure everything is updated. Make sure all the Armory Crate updates are at this point. The Windows updates are at this point. And I have fully updated it. And yet I literally can't even, we went into Windows stuff beforehand and Bakalar, you saw it. It was grayed out. I literally don't have the option to launch in full screen.
Yeah, there were certain spots that were grayed out. Look, I mean, I think it's important to say we've been trying really hard to like make this work, and I understand releasing a product like this, right, is very difficult because you have a lot of software that needs to be updated, and what the final customer experience is going to be like, and the entire sort of juggling of, you know, review units versus consumer. I get it. It's very difficult. So in my experience, getting this Xbox full screen mode to work kind of happened by accident, because at some point, you know, I spent half a day, I'm not joking, I spent half a day updating this thing, because when I first got it in the mail, I opened it up and I went right to Windows Update, and I was like, okay, I have gigs and gigs to download of Windows updates. And then I had to get the Microsoft Store app, and then the Store app had a bunch of updates, and it took the better part of a day until I was at the same version numbers that Asus recommended we be at to start talking about this confidently. And to be clear, you and I are both at that level. We have both of our systems
updated,
have
fully
the
updated.
right version numbers. Now, I was presented with the option of going into Xbox full screen via a pop-up in the Xbox app that just showed up at some point.
And see, I can get to the Xbox app. So like, okay, so if I hit the Xbox button, then I can go down here and launch the Xbox app, which takes me to this one you saw. And we have gone into the settings on this, and I literally can't go into full screen. Like it's all grayed out. So
right, because you can see your status bar at the bottom there, and you can see the taskbar.
Yeah, I can swipe up and just do a taskbar and be on a desktop. Yeah.
So you are in basically the mode that is like Windows desktop mode, where the system is not necessarily prioritizing a full screen Xbox experience.
But the thing is, it's like, it works and it runs well.
Yeah.
So it's like, as I was just playing games, I was like, sweet, this is like a more powerful Steam Deck. But then it just sounds like there's just so much confusion over the launching and all of that.
Right. And I think, you know, look, there obviously needs to be some sort of A to B that is more transparent when it comes to going into Xbox full screen mode. The big part of that, right, is from what I gather, reading the review guide and some of the other sort of literature that came along with the unit, was that if you get the machine to restart and boot into it, because you will I've been presented with like numerous situations where like I did something that negates the full screen experience, and therefore I have to reboot the ROG so that it goes back into Xbox full screen. You cannot reassume Xbox full screen in a session. You must reboot.
And we did do a reboot before this, and it didn't launch in the Xbox. And by the way, I also tried to launch Elden Ring just now from the Xbox app, and all it did was open the Steam app, and now...
Yeah, that's tough.
Now it's just, I can't do anything.
Yeah, it won't always... I've noticed that too. If you select a Steam app sometimes in the library, it might only boot you into the... into the Steam platform, and then you have to like maybe hit one more button.
And now it's booting. So it's booting.
It's booting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Again, I feel like we're burying the lead a little bit. This thing plays games exceptionally well.
And that's why I think I was initially pretty hot on this, where it's like I'm loading up Elden Ring because this is one of the most, like, I've played a decent amount of Elden Ring on Steam Deck and Steam Deck OLED, and it runs, but it chews through battery like crazy, and it's, you know, you got to fiddle with some settings and stuff, and it's still not looking great. It looks awesome on here. Like Elden Ring works great. There, you know, I was playing Doom: The Dark Ages. Armored Core was awesome on there. So like some pretty demanding games work really well on this. You get some weird ones where it's like Megabonk works great on Steam Deck, but it was kind of choppy on this. So like there's some weird ones there that could be optimization issues or something. But yeah, so like once you're in the game and playing it, I'm like, hell yeah, this is probably going to be my new default for playing, or like for demanding games. You know, if I want to get a bunch of just like indie games or something like that, Steam Deck is awesome and doesn't have all the fiddliness of this. My hope is that at some point this just gets figured out and it just seamlessly launches correctly. Because this is like way more powerful. Like this. Oh my god, it's clearly running stuff way better.
In some instances, it's like night and day. It's not even close, right?
I mean,
like
Elden Ring here is just like it's probably the starkest example I've seen for sure.
Also, and Ninja Gaiden too, right? I know we'll get there.
We can't talk about that yet.
We can't talk about it, but yeah, like there's games.
Trust me, I got notes to talk about.
Yeah, there's games that are just like, oh my god, this is such a stark contrast in performance increase. So I mean. Yeah, so I think the thing that we're really hung up on is the fact that like, oh my gosh, wrapping your head around the ecosystem here, right, is like so not necessarily intuitive, not necessarily user friendly. It's just
Oh, hang on, it froze. I was about to say, if it looks framey, it's because the Discord is going at 30 frames a second. But nope, this is that's just oh boy. So if it looked framey, that is the Discord feed we're going through.
Yeah,
this
is clearly frozen.
This is a problem. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that is 0 frames a second.
So how do we close this now? I guess we go into the Steam app from here.
I haven't had anything freeze yet, so this is interesting to watch.
Huh.
Look at that.
Now it's...
Yeah, make sure it doesn't weird. Yeah, so, I mean, I'll say this, right? I think, recommending this kind of thing, right? It's like, I would recommend this to someone who is currently in a position where they have patience to sort of mess around with the nuances and the sort of, fluff that having a portable Windows 11 gaming machine would bring along. I think that is probably a bit of an understatement, because the juggling of all the updates, Armory Crate versus the other overlays, they've just layered on a lot of stuff that is not super intuitive. And I think that's a relatively fair way to describe it. The fact that you have multiple different places to launch games is confusing. Yeah. When you have I have the full screen app going, right? So when I pop in, I'm just looking at the 3 gaming platforms that
I've seen
rock.
that. I've seen that. Wait, is that, can I get to that? Xbox?
Yeah.
Nope, that's different. So this is the Xbox. If you hit the 3 lines thing, it takes you to this library. But I have seen
so that's another thing. If you hit the 3 vertical lines, that is a library button that will boot you into your default library, which in my case is Xbox, which also aggregates all of the other gaming platforms, right?
So Armory Crate does
there. And I could hit
But is that full screen? Or what you're showing there, is that the full screen? But I've been at that one before.
No, but it's you're technically not, here, because right? I can see the clock. I can see the clock on your screen.
So what does yours look like that's different?
Mine just doesn't have the clock. And I also have this thing where I can swap between apps.
Wait, how are you doing that?
Just holding down the Xbox button, and I could swap between apps.
So if it does that, for me, it's like a Windows thing.
Yeah, so you're in Windows proper.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between my system and yours right now. I'm able to seamlessly enter into this Xbox full screen thing, which I don't know if we got into it, but from what I understand, it prioritizes stuff, and it'll suspend other Windows processes so that you are devoting resources.
I don't want Windows shit. Yeah.
Yeah, so that you're devoting all the resources to the Xbox experience. Again, that's, there's a lot there. I obviously so much improvement can be done through software. So I'm not sold that this is the last, version. This is the last experience you're going to have. I just think if you're comparing these portable gaming behemoths, right? Obviously Steam Deck is just obviously inferior in terms of horsepower, many years inferior, but in terms of this is easy to use for the most part, that's also years of having time to be sort of familiar with the language and the design language of the thing. There's a learning curve here. It's not super easy.
For instance, Grub's in the chat saying, did you install FSE? And then another person in chat says, let's see if Dan can install this full screen bullshit live on stream. Did you have to go into a specific full screen download?
Like I said, I spent half a day installing what felt like dozens of updates and improvements. So it's entirely possible that you still have a layer to install. Now, I did all the
Windows one, I did all the Armory Crate ones, and I did all the ones from the email.
So at some point in one of the review guys, it was hey, Microsoft Store, get yourself Microsoft Store. Do you have Microsoft Store?
Yes, okay. I downloaded stuff from the Microsoft Store, yes.
I remember going into that at one point and then downloading all of the updates it recommended, including weird Windows shit, your version of Calculator is outdated.
Yeah, Copilot, whatever.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I guess at some point, it included maybe that full screen experience. That's the only thing I could surmise. It's the only thing I could like put together. You know,
I mean, that's so you don't remember specifically going to download a full screen experience. It was just part of the package, right?
I remember at some point, right? At some point I had that installed, and then at some point up here, right, in the top right corner of my Xbox app, it said, "Hey, why don't you reboot and enter Xbox full screen?" And I clicked that, and that's how it's been ever since.
Okay, so it sounds like we did the exact same thing and we were on the same emails and followed the same directions. And I just didn't get prompted for the full screen thing. And when I go into the options from the Xbox app, it is grayed out saying like startup options are not available.
I mean, yeah, right. Like, which is weird. You know, I don't know what to say to that. I don't know why that is, but I would try doing the store update again and see if there's anything.
I will do it right now. Let me just hold it up here and try it.
You know, like here's the thing, right? I know like reviews are out today and people are like, "Oh, this thing is a mess." You know, I've read some reviews that are like, "This thing's a mess." And look, I think people have the wrong idea of like maybe what it is. I don't like the Steam Deck is a very highly specialized sort of like it runs Steam OS. It's this closed system kind of thing. You're not going to get around the fact that like this is Windows 11 that has like the most intrusive Xbox, you know, integration, but you cannot detach that from the fact that this is a Windows 11 handheld gaming thing. Like that's just
I mean, if you look at this, you see all this modified yesterday, like all of those apps, you know, this fucking snipping tool, Copilot, all that stuff, like all that got
There's
updated.
nothing all the way at the bottom.
I mean, it all says.
Oh, there's what's that one
Armory
blue
Crate?
thing?
Wait, no, Armory Crate is checking, but it was updated yesterday. So there's a version note, bug fixes, and usability, whatever. So like, we'll see if that works. But like, I updated that after you had been messing with yours. So
yeah, I think I don't know. What do you think? Do you think they've like sort of implied the Xbox integration in a way that is like not 100% sticking the landing?
I mean. That's the thing is like I was so confused when you were talking about that because it's like it's working fine for me. It's clunky in terms of like getting between all the different, you know, storefronts and things like that. But I didn't realize it was trying to do this like unified full screen kind of like you're talking about like Steam Big Picture mode. Is that kind of what they're going for? Like Windows version of that? Like,
right, but again, I think it's more going on under the hood in terms of like resources and stuff. But yes, presentationally speaking, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can get games launched and working, although Elden Ring crashed there, so you know, make it that way you will. But man, this launching situation is fucked up, it seems. But once it's working, you know, I can tell you I played many hours on this over the last week.
Yeah.
I don't know if like it is as of right now hard to recommend for sure. Like if this thing just worked and we weren't dealing with all this confusing stuff, it's if you got $1,000 laying around and you travel a lot, like there are use cases for this. But like to the average person who's like, should I get this over a Steam Deck or whatever? Right now, that's pretty hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just, you know, I think the person who's like, well, yeah, I need the best and latest hardware, right? I would probably still but again, like, so there's one layer of filtering. The next layer of filtering is like, but are you like savvy enough to like deal with Windows bullshit? Are you savvy enough to like, you know, deal with and the frustrations of all these competing sort of softwares trying to like have you look in one place and then, you know, go to the other? Like there are times where especially in the beginning where I was using this thing and I was just like, I don't know how I got here. Like, I don't know how I arrived in this area of this thing.
Yeah, and how many things do I have open underneath this?
Like, I like where I am right now. I don't know how to reliably return. And I think, you know, some of that is, you know, the onboarding and sort of like getting used to the thing. And some of it is like, it's just not designed. The sort of design language is just not really up to snuff, right? In some areas. That's the thing. Like, again, so, you know, you are really narrowing the field of like who this could possibly be for. If you're just recommending it on virtue of the hardware and like the horsepower, then yeah, like this is the thing to get if you got $1,000 and you need the best portable gaming experience possible. Quality of life stuff, there's a lot to be desired for sure.
Yeah, like I do intend on this being my like default. You know, okay. By the way,
Yeah,
this is a Wi-Fi issue. This one we can't blame on.
This is replacing my Steam Deck for sure. But you know, at a cost of like my sanity. You know, like that's the cost. You know, I'm enough of a nerd that I can like get away and like figure shit out and troubleshoot and you know, go through the motions of like, you know, I understand Windows bullshit enough where like, but that's not the normie position, I would imagine. And
right.
People,
well, let me ask, like, would you spend $1,000 on this?
You know, I think it's tough to answer that in a vacuum, right? Because it's like, if I'm considering $1,000 for a portable gaming machine, I'm probably also in a different spot of like comprehension, right?
Sure.
You know, I think if you're just, you know, I think for like the average person who's just like, hey, I want a portable gaming thing, a Switch or a Steam Deck is probably gonna get you 60-70% of the way there and not give you the headaches that this thing is currently giving us. Now, ask me again in 6 months, maybe some of the software smooths out and it's a better sort of overall thing, then yeah, like, you know, we can have that conversation again. But right now, I think it's a real tough, thin line of like who this thing is really for out of the gate. But yeah, you know, look, we act like there's not like, you know, tens of thousands of these people that
we know a lot describing.
Of them. Yeah. They exist and they will be getting this for sure.
Yeah, I changed the Discord to 60 FPS, so this should be a little closer to what I'm actually seeing. But I will say it does run smooth on here. I don't know how much it shows.
You know, we're not really talked about the ergonomics of it. Like ergonomically speaking, this is better than the Steam Deck. Like this is a better ergonomically designed thing over the Steam Deck. You know, Frushtick pointed this out to me the other day, and he's right. The buttons are loud.
Oh,
the buttons on this thing are loud. Like I was playing it once in bed, and it's loud, and I was like, shit. I feel like it's loud enough to notice in quiet spaces. Normally you have it out in public, like you're not gonna really disturb anyone. But I don't know if this is your like bedroom gaming solution with your significant other or your partner, whatever it is, you're sharing a bed with somebody or sharing a room with somebody. They might get pissed. They might get a little pissy. They might be like, honey, what are you doing right now? I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah, so. I had not noticed the clicky buttons yet. I do like the feel of it more. Like the Steam Deck feels like it's got some, it's not hollow obviously, but like it's extra like kind of plastic and space on the edges there.
Yeah.
It feels more plasticky. This is heavier certainly than the Steam Deck. I do like the way it feels. I like the placement of the sticks. I like the buttons and stuff.
I think this is the like I like this better than how the Switch feels. Way better than the Switch feels. I hate holding the Switch.
Really?
But but like compared to the Steam Deck, this is a better feel. This feels good.
Oh my god! How do I close this fucking game?
They
Jesus Christ.
So what's good now in the full screen experience, like you can just hit the X button and it closes the app you're highlighting. It's pretty great.
I didn't get that one. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll get there. Look, there's no way that we won't get that on there for you.
It'll get there and it'll get fixed and it'll be better. But
I think it's good that we're like going through this because it's demonstrative of like the frustrations, right? Like it's very demonstrative. Like you're not a dummy. You should be able to figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, like basic stuff. Like I could follow the instructions on the email, and like they asked to like make sure all of these numbers were of this or higher, and all of them were. So it does say now there is an update to Armory Crate, which was not there last night. So I don't know if that would
do
fix
it up.
Things.
Who knows? Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
This is so weird, man. This is.
You know, I was looking in the Xbox in the Microsoft store. Someone said in chat, like, "Oh, go back to the store and see if there is a there was actually like an Xbox full screen like overlay app." And I'm trying to find that for you now.
If you see the name of it, let me know. I'm also afraid of canceling.
And am I crazy, or did they swap the Xbox buttons of the two squares and the hamburger?
I've always hated the hamburger and lines thing. I feel like maybe I'm old, but at Start and Select we're doing just fine.
This
is I think this is right because this was always like the back button. This was the start button.
I got a little jammed up. I also think it's just like there's a cluster of just little buttons in that top left corner.
Yes.
Like the Armory Crate and the Xbox button are like very similar in their functionality. You know, and
And
then
I
you've
do
got
feel like the library button, okay, is the 3 vertical lines, which is over
Right.
the 3 horizontal lines. And
Right.
so I am accustomed to, I don't know if it's just from like Switch or something else, but like I usually go to the top one to pause. So like start and back, I default to go to the top ones. I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally like exited out of a game and gone to a library or opened the armory crate when I'm just trying to pause or hit back.
Yeah.
You know? And then there's the Xbox button over here, which is a whole different thing. So,
you know, and I do think it's like, I do think a little bit is because certainly even when I got the Steam Deck, there was like certain design things where you're like, oh, I just have to get used to like, oh, that's the button for that. And you get there. And maybe there is some of that here. I don't want to completely like throw this all out the window and be like, oh, this thing is unfixable and it won't ever get to a place where it is. Just saying out of the gate and out of the month, a week or so that we've been kind of messing around with this thing, that's what it's been like.
And I will say, like, you know, obviously I'm not the most tech savvy guy, maybe more than a normal person, but amongst the staff, maybe not the most, you know, tech. I can't put together a computer. Let's put it that way. But I've had Steam Decks since before launch of the first one, and I've never really had issues with it. It's been like, I can work around these things. I can go into Linux. I can get, you know, Emu Deck and all that stuff working. Like I can do that stuff. The fact that this is like just at a basic level, it's been difficult to move around is not great.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm going into the Microsoft Store. I'm going into gaming.
I'm trying to update here. Can I hardwire this fucking thing? Do you think if I plugged in a hub here, I could put an Ethernet cable into it?
Maybe.
Do wired?
Maybe.
Let's try it. I'll be back.
All right. Stay tuned, folks. We're gonna see if Dan can figure that out. All right, I'm going into the Microsoft Store. I'm going into games. There's nothing there that I see.
All right. I'm going to see if we can hardwire my
gaming services, apps. Down.
And
game bar. Yeah, I'm not seeing any app that looks like it's completely
the size of my things get smaller.
Devoted to the full screen experience.
Ethernet activated. Okay. Let me see if I can. How the fuck do I get back to Armory Crate? Update Center. I think the wired thing worked actually. I just did this hub.
Yeah, okay. That's great.
Update now.
That's a good. That's pretty dope that you can do that. Nice.
Look at me. Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Okay.
He's not.
We have
savvy.
now updated it. I mean, I'm tech support for my entire family, but certainly not for anybody.
God help them.
I mean, I can get it working. Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm trying so hard to find like this magic app that somehow unlocks full screen. I'm just not seeing it.
Chad is saying there is no full screen app.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone says restart the whole system. We tried that right before we went live.
Yeah, we did that. We've done that.
And like there is an option for like, you know, full screen experience, whatever, and it's just grayed out and it says you can't do that. So
yeah. That's gotta be something.
Okay. My Lander's saying Windows settings, gaming, full screen experience. Okay. I'm gonna let this fully update. And then I'm going to go in to Windows setting, gaming, full screen experience. Yeah. And then I'm going to restart it and we're going to see if it works.
Windows settings, gaming. Okay. So the full
screen experience.
Full screen experience. We went there. And again, we definitely went there in the pre-show. And the enter full screen experience on startup was not even there in Dan's settings.
And for my sake, Bakalar, you may be one of the quickest of anyone I've ever met to give me well-deserved shit for things or when I'm being stupid. Can you get me off the hook for this isn't a me problem, right? What's happening here?
No, I mean, look, no. I've talked to at least 3 or 4 other people who have had this early.
Okay.
And we have all commiserated in some capacity about the frustrations of setting this thing up.
Okay. I don't not a think Dan problem.
It is not an unreasonable take. It is not, we're well within our right to be frustrated. It's just how it is. I mean, and quite frankly, like, I'm also not fully surprised. You know, I'm honestly surprised at the performance. I think it's kind of it's gone above my expectations in performance. But like, I'm not surprised that like the Windows bullshit of it is like jamming it up. That's not surprising. You know, it's just sort of like what this thing's gonna have to deal with.
So I am in gaming full screen experience right now. It says choose home app. I have Xbox on.
That's fine.
Enter full screen experience on startup. I want you to see this. Enter full screen experience on startup is toggled. See on? Okay. There you go. So now I should be able to just restart the device.
Wait, do you have related settings under that?
Oh shit, hang on, I closed it. Let me get back in there. Jesus Christ. Settings, gaming, full screen experiences. I have related settings for game bar.
But not startup.
No, as you can see here, right here.
That's weird, man.
I have a different settings for. So that's the thing. You're just seeing a different thing.
Yeah, I have different settings.
And I have a fully updated Windows. I mean, I'm going to restart the device now, but I'm not optimistic.
Hold on. Yeah, so I have, without giving away. Yeah, I have like another setting down there.
Okay, I'm restarting this thing. Okay, it is restarting now.
All right, let's see.
Yep, I tried to restart and I got a, okay, well now it's going.
I think you're going to wind up formatting your Ally.
Yeah.
At some point.
It's going to turn into a DS somehow.
Which is fine, like. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I was at the event it was an Asus event in large, but they also had a bunch of these before we got ours, and I was playing with it, and like, you know, like everyone there was like, oh, you know, like there's, you know, someone said to me like, oh, there's some setup front loaded, and it's like, yeah, I guess that makes sense, you know, like I'm looking at my Windows update now, and now there's like 4 more new things here.
Okay.
Because so I'm gonna install all that, and hopefully I get to keep my Xbox full screen experience.
But this explains why we had the different early opinions on it. I was just like, everything's running great, and you were like, yeah, but what about the Windows thing? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but my games are running great, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I do think. Again, that's just going off of like what they recommended, right? We're just
sure.
You know, we're just following the instructions of how they told us to update these machines so that they are in a place where we can speak to the experience. But yeah, there's inconsistencies, and that's weird. Like, there's no other way to put it. Especially since you and I were able to confirm that we had the same version updates.
Yeah.
So that's weird.
And we got the same device at the same time with the same instructions. So. Okay, so it did not boot to Xbox full screen. This is just the Microsoft, you know, full screen thing, or the Windows deal.
Weird.
And then, okay, well now it says launching Xbox.
Oh, that's no, but it's still there. I could see it's still. So it's launching Xbox, but it's not launching it into the full screen mode.
Right. People in the chat are not right about this. They're saying I didn't follow the initial directions, and I'm like, no, we followed the same directions, and like everything was followed to a T. It's just being different for mine and his.
Look, I'm sure it is a setting somewhere. You don't have a defective unit. Like, right. There is something software based. There must be where we're not.
Like, right now, I'm in the Xbox app, and like, why can't I do anything?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
What the fuck is going on? Okay, I can like finger scroll, but I can't do anything with the sticks. Oh wait, now it's working. Okay.
Sometimes if you hit the Armory Crate button, you can tell the Ally to enter like auto control mode, gamepad control mode, or desktop control mode, and that will switch between gamepads or finger touching or whatever.
Okay, Now here's something weird for sure. I just went into the settings on the Xbox app, and when you look here, it says startup options are disabled. It says settings do not apply when full screen experience is enabled. Launch Xbox when I start my computer is grayed out from within the Xbox app.
So you can't click that?
No, it says startup options are disabled. I literally can't do that.
So there must be something in Windows settings there that is preventing you from doing that.
But this is what we looked at before. I mean, this is the thing we were looking at. Like, I don't have that related setting that you have of full screen experience.
Yeah, there's got to be.
Here it says open full screen on startup. Inside the Xbox app, it's grayed out and says I can't do that.
Weird. There's got to be something. I don't know. Anyone have an idea of what that setting in Windows could be for the startup stuff?
Hang on. So some people in chat keep saying that, like, oh, you're in the full screen experience right now.
No,
you're saying
that's
not the case, right?
You're not in it. No.
Okay.
Because look, swipe up from the bottom. If you were, you would not see Windows. You would not see the desktop.
Right. Okay.
Go into the registry? No.
We're not fucking doing
editing the registry.
That's not happening.
That is not happening. We are not modding this. Okay, look. Let me show you something. I'm in the same version you're in right now. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Look at my top right. It says Xbox full screen. Do you see that?
Yes, I do. And mine just has a clock there.
What the fuck? And I'm looking right now. We have the same exact version.
Yep.
And we both have the Xbox Insider thing, which is like something they wanted to make sure we had as well.
Yep. We crossed the T's, dotted the I's. Is that right? Yeah.
There you have it, folks. Just wipe it, and honestly, if I'm you right now, I'm like a couple days from wiping this.
Oh boy, I fear I'll wait for some updates or something maybe.
So now when let me show you again. So when I hit, that button that says Xbox full screen, I'm then presented with this, which says, hey, okay, restart, which is the optimized performance, start now, which will not give me any performance change, or I can stay on the desktop, if you can see that, folks.
Okay. I have not seen any of that. I can confirm that UFO 50 works.
It freaking better, dude.
Huh. And then if I want to close the game, what? Okay. I accidentally hit the library button. Okay. So now I got to figure out, it's running in the background somewhere. So I got to hold the Xbox button, and then I can hold this and then tap that little X where that should be. And then I can open Armory Crate through that.
I want to figure this out with you, man.
Yeah, man. I feel like we're doing the things we're supposed to do. Everything's updated.
Turn off the Windows setting and try using the setting in app. A blind eagle. What do you mean?
I'll try it. Full screen experience.
Do you understand the
instructions? Yes. On Windows, it says enter full screen experience on startup. I'm going to turn that off. Now I'm going to go into the Xbox app and try that. 1 second. Okay, app. It still says startup options are disabled. So like I literally cannot, that toggle there, I cannot turn that on. Everyone's in try power cycling. We've done that a lot today.
Oh, we've done that a lot, friend. We are very good at that. Yeah, and then I'm back in it. I am back in the full Xbox experience.
This is unfortunate. Xbox has had such a unsullied year up to this point.
How then? Yeah, I mean, Balsamic, it's tough. It's tough. There's no two ways about it. It's tough. Where are you at now? I'm looking.
Restart the Xbox app after changing that setting? Okay.
I'm watching you full screen here. I'm trying to
Starting the Xbox app now. Okay, so we're launching Xbox, and it's still the thing. Get out of here.
When you... That is so weird. I mean, you can unlock FSC if you beat gold stakes on Balatro. Yeah.
Man, what are we doing? Tony Hawk work?
I feel like there are a lot of settings that kind of like collide midair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of things trying to talk to each other and not particularly well.
Maybe it's attached to Xbox Insider.
I mean, we were told to do that, and we did do that. So
I'm just looking in some of those settings here.
Okay, Chad is now saying power cycle with the option off, then re-enable it. Okay, hang on. Let me close Tony Hawk. Yes, I'll force quit. Okay.
Wait, did you join the PC gaming thing in the Insider?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I followed it to a T, all that stuff, like before we even like got him.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to try to restart now.
Trying everything here.
Yeah. Okay, I'm restarting the device now.
So wait, what is this experiment?
The chat just said power cycle now that I changed the settings, so we'll see if that works. For what it's worth, the Xbox promotional videos show the clock in the top right. Right, so some people have been saying that what I'm seeing is the full screen experience.
No,
you're saying you're seeing something totally different.
It's not the clock in the top right. You're seeing the clock in where it goes in Windows in the bottom right.
Yes.
And that's not the same thing.
Right. Okay.
Look what I'm talking about, folks.
Clint Eastman, are you saying turn the option back on from within Windows or the Xbox app?
Dan is not seeing this. I know this is like, he's not seeing that. At the bottom, it clearly says Xbox full screen experience.
Yeah, mine does not. And it just loaded. Okay, well, this time it's just like loaded just straight into Windows. That's what it is. That's just Windows. Okay. So, okay, because I did have that option. We turned that off, the launch into the full screen experience, and then it launched me into Windows. Beforehand, it was just sending me into that weird version. Let me try to turn that option back on. Holy. Okay. Full screen experience. Enter full screen experience on startup. On.
Okay.
Now I'm going to restart.
Okay.
I'm restarting again.
I'm also curious if maybe it's a game bar. You have the fully updated game bar?
I'll check. I updated everything in Windows.
Maybe that's only accessible through Insider as well. I'm grasping at straws here. I think it's worth.
Hang on.
I think it's worth looking at.
All right, so I'm going to go into Windows Store updates.
Yeah.
Look for game. Okay, yeah, it just launched into Windows again. Yep.
And then I would also open up the Insider thing.
Okay, so it is launching into the Xbox thing this time. So it is launching. But this is the Windows version, right?
Wait, let me see.
This is the one it was doing before, right?
Yeah, you're in Windows.
Okay.
Hit the Armory Crate button.
Okay. Yep, got that.
Go to the settings gear.
Okay. It's also doing the thing. Okay, well now it's working. Okay, I'm on the settings gear.
Okay, can you show me that screen or no?
Let me see. Well, it just disappeared. Hang on. Let me do it again. Armory Crate.
This is a caper, folks.
Okay, 1 second. I think it shut down the entire Armory Crate. Okay, so I'm on the settings gear of the Armory Crate.
Oh no. The overlay. Like hit the Armory Crate button and then go to the settings and the overlay.
Go to settings here?
Yes. Now go to settings.
I'm
Show
there
me
now.
settings.
Okay.
First thing should be like mic off. What? You have a different...
Wait, I don't know what happened. Now it's doing mic off.
Okay. In my screen, look, this is where the problem is. This is where the problem is. Look, you see my screen?
Show keyboard, exit full screen experience. Yes.
That should say show full screen experience for you.
I do not have that.
So that must mean you are not up. Maybe your game bar is not updated.
I'm going to search that. 1 second. Should I just go to the Microsoft Store?
Yeah, try the store first.
I'm going to type in game bar.
Or maybe it's an insider thing. I would look in both spots.
Okay.
Gonna put you on hold real quick.
Okay.
Gonna talk to my supervisor. Hold on.
I searched for game bar and I'm just seeing like Opera, game bar browser.
Okay. Go to the insider. Go to insider.
Where's that?
That's a good question.
God, what the fuck's going on?
Hold on. How do you get the insider? You have to go into Windows to get insider? I'm serious. How the fuck do you get
Is that within the Xbox app?
Hold on.
Okay, wait. From the Xbox app, I was able to go in, and then there's a thing. The Xbox Insider program is here. Okay.
Yeah. How'd you get there? In the Xbox app.
Oh my God. Okay, hang on. I hit it, and it says, get an app to open this Xbox Insider 2 link. Your PC doesn't have an app that can open this link. Try looking for a compatible app in the Microsoft Store.
What the?
So I'm browsing the Microsoft Store now. Okay.
That's a new message.
That is a new one. Okay. You've reached your device limit. Only 10 devices can be used with your account in the Microsoft Store. What are you fucking talking about? I guess I'll disconnect my Xbox One X.
Yeah. Let that one go.
All right.
Let that one go.
Xbox. I have 2 Xbox One X's. I'll unlink both of those. These are old 2016 laptop. I guess I can do that. 2017 laptop. I'll unlink that.
Oh, I see it. Insider now. Okay,
I'm hitting done now. Now I'm trying to download the Xbox Insider Hub app from the Microsoft Store.
Wait, the Insider app should be on the thing.
I don't know. It said I had a limit. I had 10 devices. It's installing. Okay, I'm opening the Insider Hub app. Okay, it just installed the Insider Hub. Okay, what am I? Why is it Xbox Insider subreddit? No, fuck off. What are you doing?
No. Go to previews.
Okay, so
make sure
this is what I have now. Does this look familiar to you?
Go to previews on the left.
Okay. Project Evil Bane,
no,
Grounded 2 public test,
all the way
Microsoft
down.
50th anniversary badge.
You could show me the screen, I think. I don't think it's showing anything personal.
Okay, it's this, yeah.
Go all the way down to PC Gaming. You've joined PC Gaming.
PC Gaming. I'm joined. I followed the steps.
Hold on. Return to Microsoft. Navigate. Okay, back to the store.
Okay, I'm going back to the Microsoft Store. I think I'm in there now. Yes, I'm in there now.
Go down to downloads.
Downloads from the home of the Microsoft Store?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Hit this. Okay. Updates and downloads, recent updates. Okay, so that is
make sure
just as you can see here.
So let's go through. Maybe
all of these were modified yesterday. Trust me, my sniping tools updated.
Go up and make sure Xbox looks like it's updated. Also search Game Bar and Gaming Services.
Gaming Services modified yesterday. That means it updated yesterday.
Game Bar.
Game Bar. Jesus Christ, how many are there? Geez, there's a lot of Microsoft shit. Okay, game bar. Modified 10.8.
What's that? The 3 dots do?
Let me see. Share, write a review or view version notes.
Moving on. You sure everything in the Armory crate is updated?
Yeah, we've checked it a million times. I'm going to check from the Windows Store here again to see if there's any updates.
Wait, Tagros, what are you saying, bud? Just tested on my Ally X and that worked. What worked? Are you in? We haven't even talked about the whole like this thing won't play like Xbox games.
No, that's weird. I assumed it could, and I went to download like the Xbox version of like Master Chief Collection or my old like 360 games and stuff, and it just doesn't do that.
It's because I'm not making excuses, right?
By the way,
like,
wait, there was an update. We just updated Microsoft 365 Copilot. That was the one it pulled.
Well, that's not going to do it. I think there's something in your Armory Crate command center that's not updating.
Right. I'm checking for updates again from within Armory Crate.
Yeah, because the full screen experience looks like it might be somehow connected to that.
Because the Armory Crate thing?
Yeah, because again, my full screen experience button is there. You don't even have that button. So there's got to be something there.
No. Okay. UWP app and course service is giving me the option to update. So I'll
update.
do that. That's a new one. Okay. Update now. Yep. That sounds great. Okay. That didn't happen last time, and we did it on this stream, and I did it last night and before this stream. So whatever. Let's see if this fixes it.
You know, let's see. We'll see.
How's your Wednesday?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that I didn't. You know, we're just troubleshooting. It's troubleshooting Wednesday.
That's what we're doing.
We're
the tech guys. We should do a tech podcast together, like Brad and Will.
We could.
Should we?
I don't.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
What would we talk about?
Tech.
Yeah,
you know, tech.
We
the
call
internet.
it Tech Talk.
Tech Talk.
Yeah. Oh,
with
yeah.
Dan
No one's
back.
done that. Tech
okay.
Talk.
I updated Armory Crate now, or whatever that update was. Now I'm going to restart the device again. God, I got to go into Blight Club today too. I'm getting double blighted today.
Oh, this is a Blight Club.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I was blissfully just playing games on this thing before you.
I know, it's so funny. Dan, the first time we talked about it, Dan was like, "I love this thing. It plays everything so well. It's awesome." I'm like, "Yeah, it's very impressive hardware. It's been annoying. It's been frustrating."
But it was working. Yeah.
I get
it. In fact, we if anyone hears next week's Firescape that we already recorded, I think I didn't get to talk about it that much, but I think I was more positive on it than I think I would be if all of this stuff had happened. So
it's the full screen stuff. I mean, that's really all we're trying to do, right? We're just trying to get to the full screen stuff. So it's not like
Sean's right. Turbo Sean says, the funny thing is that Dan was basically using it as a Steam Deck and it was working great. Trying to use it as an Xbox is what sucks. Yes, when I was just doing Steam, I was having a fun time this weekend. All right.
I mean, it's
launching
it's an Xbox only in like store. No, you're not in full screen.
It's still doing the okay.
Go back to see if that Armory Crate button is there though.
Well, let me ask, why do I want this? Why do I want this thing?
Because they are saying that it is a better gaming experience because of the dedicated environment.
But I mean, I can launch everything from here.
Yeah, you're doing it. Like you're still playing all the stuff. I'm just, that's how they are positioning it. That's what that's the thing. It is weird that we are like unable to do this.
Yes, I would also
hit that button again.
Weird.
Hit the Armory Crate button and see if you can see if the full screen thing is there. Settings.
I'm trying. Okay.
Still not fucking there.
Compact mode is on.
No, that doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Not towards what we're after. You get 2 more gigs of RAM in the FSD. I think I remember someone telling me that.
What? 2 gigs?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because it's not.
I want that.
I mean, it's not presumably, dealing with Windows shit.
Is it kind of like how Steam Deck just launches like on top of Linux? It doesn't launch Linux. Is that a similar thing? You have to go into a separate mode to launch that?
For the purposes of this conversation, we'll say sure.
Sure.
It is weird. I don't know.
Reset the Xbox app from installed apps settings. What?
Who said that?
Someone in the chat.
Is this what it was like to launch a rocket and send it to the moon for the first time?
No, that was easier.
Well, the difference is they landed on the moon.
Ah.
Yeah.
I've looked through every review docket that was included with this. And there's just not anything very clearly explaining how to force this. Now, it's my assumption that through all of those updates, you would eventually arrive at this.
Sure.
But
But again, I can launch Armored Core and I'm going to play it, and it's a fun game. Chat is saying, I bet Dan being at the 10 device limit during setup messed it up.
oh my God, I've entered into some update that is going to
It's now a
put this
Dreamcast for some reason.
put this out of commission for 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, nice of them to tell you that.
Yeah, I'm looking at all this stuff. It's like, what the heck? All right, you're just launching Armored
I'm just
Core.
launching a video game. Because again, this is what I was doing with it for the last week, was just playing video games and having a good time. Like yours, when you do volume up and down, does it do, because like I get the Windows thing at
Yes.
the bottom, like that Windows
Same.
deal, like that's what it looks like.
Same.
Okay. Yeah, like this is good. It does look framier on the Discord thing than it does in real life, but yeah.
Yeah, this is the weird. Okay, so I'm looking at this again, right? The steps to get the newest Xbox full screen experience, we have followed those steps. And to be clear, it's worth saying that in this review guide, it does say that retail customers will not have to go through this process.
I would hope not. Okay, lost armory. What's happening? Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe someone who gets a retail version of this turns it on and it just does what it's supposed to do and it's fine.
Here's what I don't get.
Yeah.
Sorry, is that like right here? This is the Armory Crate launcher. So I can go. I can check out. If I go, you can go between the platforms here.
Yeah.
I can launch those individually from there. But then all the games are just consolidated there.
Right.
So like this, I like this UI.
Yeah.
This works fine. Very easy for me to see the art for the game and launch a game.
Yeah.
I would be fine with it just being that. I don't need the Xbox wrap. Like
could,
this seems fine to me.
I'm pretty sure you can make. I mean, there's an option to change like your default library, and I think you might be able to make Armory Crate your default library. So I think like you could customize the experience and have it pop into that by default when you hit that library button.
I'd be fine with that. Like chat says, that's just an Ally X, Dan. No, I've got an Ally X. Like this is more powerful. This runs stuff noticeably better than the Ally X. So I would just want it to do this if everything else is busted.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, and you'll get there. You'll figure it out. I think like that's we spent a lot of time like messing around and seeing like what how to get around that. And it's also a thing that they're saying like retail people should not technically have to deal with. I don't know. We don't have a one from a store, right? We only have the ones they sent us.
I do want to hear how that goes, like what people are saying about it once that comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I think
like
the bigger.
right?
I will say this. I'll give the benefit of the doubt aside because the real sort of issue I think is like what the Xbox quote unquote experience is sort of like. And in that department, like, you are essentially just getting the Xbox PC Game Pass experience on this and nothing more.
Okay,
right.
Hang on. Fairwolf is saying, I'm just catching up. Dan, did you ever read under the Xbox setting that says cannot enter Xbox on startup because full screen experience is enabled? No, there was a toggle that said I couldn't. I'm getting it mixed up between. There was the Windows setting and there was the Xbox setting. And one of them was grayed out. I mean, we looked at both of them several times. Go back to the toggle from Windows side. Yeah, I guess the thing is, like, I don't want to just run it like this because if that's true about the like 2 gigs of RAM or whatever I'm giving up,
you definitely want it in the full screen.
Yeah,
like there's no two ways about it. That's the way to play.
All right. Let me try to Jesus Christ. So I'm gonna go into gaming, full screen experience. Okay, so this is the toggle here. So it says here, enter full screen experience on startup. You're saying toggle that off and on. IGN gave this a 9. Okay, so I toggled it off and on. Is that good? Is that what people want me to do? On the Xbox app.
On the Xbox app. Where's that?
I have to open that now. Hang on. Okay, so I'm going into the settings. Okay, app. Okay, now this is what I'm talking about. Startup options are disabled. Launch Xbox when I start my computer. Well, now it's I literally can't. That's right. That's the one I can't toggle.
Yeah. So that's okay. I think maybe it's the startup options are disabled thing. Like I don't want you. You should probably take it off screen and go into that and really mess around because
that's where I literally just was, and that is the exact same thing here where it says
enter
full screen experience on startup.
It says you can't toggle it because full screen experience is enabled.
So turn it off, full screen experience.
Okay, now go back to the Xbox setting.
Okay. Now, it says that now. So it's still saying the same thing there, but
yeah.
If I go back into it. Yeah,
I would say disable full screen experience. Farrell says I would say disable full screen experience, restart, then I lost my place.
Chat says we've definitely done this before.
Yeah.
I can restart again. We'll try that. The Windows button should be on the bottom left of the taskbar. I don't like that change.
You can change that.
I know I do change it, but like whenever something defaults to the center, I'm like, what are we doing here? Okay, I disabled, I re-enabled, I restarted. Okay, we're restarting now. It is currently restarting my Xbox ROG Ally X. I got to dress up like a Civil War guy soon.
Oh, right. You got Blight Club in a few.
Shit,
we can go in a second if you want. Yeah. We could stop.
Did you get your hat?
I got my hat. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, happy to answer any other questions you guys might have. I've been playing with this thing a lot. Look, navigating around it is a bit of a chore. Certainly a learning curve. Performance, it's where you want. It's where you want it to be.
It is just going to the Windows login again, so not a great sign.
Bakalar, who would you recommend this to? For shoot.
It just launched into Windows again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to just like
Whoa! I open up the thing and it says, this is new. This is new, folks. Get ready to play. We've made it easy. It just works to keep Xbox running so you don't miss a thing. You can always change these later in settings. Launch Xbox when I start my computer and unclose, minimize the app to the system tray.
Yeah, do that.
So I'm turning on launch Xbox, launch minimize to system tray. Why? What? I thought I wanted full screen. That's the opposite of minimized.
Yeah, I mean, but launch Xbox when I start my computer. Launch. What the fuck? Why? Launch minimize the system tray.
Why would it be minimized?
I don't think this is the full screen thing.
I don't think it doesn't say anything about full screen. Don't want to. What? Press here to enter the full screen experience. Hang on. Enter the full. Okay, wait. Enter the Xbox full screen experience. Go to Windows settings, gaming, full screen experience, and choose Xbox as your home app. Then come back here to launch again. Okay, this is what we've done a lot.
Folks, it's so simple.
Okay. It just works. Okay, choose home app, Xbox. Enter full screen experience on startup. On. All right, now I'm going to close this.
What was that other one? What was that? Okay.
It was it was not anything.
Yeah.
So I'm restarting it now. What changed? What did we do?
I'm not
You
sure.
Think that Xbox limit was part of it.
We did something. What did you say, Jan?
The Xbox limit thing that Dan ticked off.
Yeah, maybe. Look, I also think it's look. If anyone buys this, presumably what they are saying is that you won't have to go through this. So you got to give them the benefit of the doubt if that's what they're saying. People don't have their retail ones yet, right?
They don't. Chat's saying a lot of different things right now.
All right. I think between all of the settings toggling, we got it to click. Let's see.
It's launching into the Windows login.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, go normal.
Go normal. Okay, it's launching. That's an Xbox
there
logo.
Oh no!
It's not.
Why is it doing that?
It's not full screen.
Wait, hold down the Xbox button.
Okay.
It's not. Now, do me a favor. Go back.
I'm going to settings. I'm going. Okay.
Go to the Armory Crate setting.
Wait. Okay. So now we got this again. Startup options are disabled, but there's more now. Now we can launch minimized or unclose, minimize the app to the system tray. It added those.
Try to go back to that setting that I was talking to you about like relaunching exit or like exit
in Windows.
No, it's the Armory Crate like overlay at the top. Yeah, that. Go to the gear. The gear.
Okay.
His setting is still not there. I'm looking for you to have this setting where it says exit full screen. See below show keyboard. You don't have that.
That ain't there. No.
What the frick? I can't believe we saw the thing.
It was teasing us there. Okay, enter full screen experience on startup. Yeah, I mean, it's all set to be what it should be. Home app is Xbox. Enter full screen experience on startup is toggled on.
This thing, I don't know. Jan, you asked who would I recommend this to? I would recommend it to like your very affluent, nerdy gamer friend.
Sick.
Like, you know, your friend who's like, dude, just tell me what to buy. They know their way around shit. You know, again, if what I have is the retail experience, where obviously we're not having to go through what Dan is going through, I'm still facing tremendous navigational annoyances and confusion.
And there are
but when it works well, it's great.
There are 4 new Windows updates now, but it's all like Windows update for security platform,
I
Defender
got that
antivirus.
Earlier. Yeah, I got that earlier. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But that's who I recommend it to. Like, it's a lot of money. So you're giving it to someone who's just like, yeah, I don't care. I just want to play.
And
Elden
you can,
Ring.
but like if I'm getting a worse version of it and less RAM and everything, that's yeah.
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. We saw the option and it still didn't work.
It's just not there anymore. I mean, I could try to restart once these updates are done, but these updates have nothing to do with the gaming stuff.
Yeah, like why would that happen? Why would it give you the option?
I'm just going to restart again.
All right, I'm sure you want to get ready for your show, right?
I should throw some food in my face and dress up like a Civil War man. Yeah.
Well, we'll do this again tomorrow, folks, for another 90 minutes. And we'll try and get the full screen experience.
I liked it when I was just playing games with it. And I hope to get there again.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. It's so crazy that that's not a thing. You know, I still got to imagine there is some setting, there is some issue that it is not clicking.
Because we've done the same stuff with ours, and mine is just not showing the same options that yours has.
I'm going through everything again. We've got Insider turned on. We've got all the updates, all of the apps. Yeah, I mean, the only thing... Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, Turbo Sean says, Dan, I like your cheeseburger desk mat. You know where I got it from? You know how I got it? This other guy on the stream, he sent it to me.
That's
Got me a
it.
cheeseburger mouse pad. Okay,
It's interesting. There's like... So when you went... So last thing here, and we'll... And then we'll just have to go because we have to maintain...
We got so
leave
close.
this with some semblance of sanity.
It's just like Geraldo going after the Al Capone vault.
It's
I think we
just
stay.
like Geraldo.
I think we stay and figure this out.
Oh, buddy, I don't have the strength. I just don't know if I have the strength. In
It's
my
like a puzzle.
game...
Oh, it's launching. It's launching to an Xbox.
Yeah, but again, it's giving you you're in Windows. You're in Windows.
Maybe it'll pop up and be like, hey, do you want the
No,
thing?
because you won't see the clock in the system tray in the bottom right if you're
Down
in the
here,
full
right,
screen.
right. Because yeah, okay.
So go back to the gaming settings in Windows. You'll have
Windows.
to cover your
Sure. I got you. Settings, gaming, full screen experience.
Right. Do you have okay, go there.
I mean, it's the same as it's always been.
But you don't have startup apps as a thing, right? In related settings?
Gaming, full screen experience. No, I have no startup apps.
So I do. I wonder if that's a thing.
I mean, can I just do the startup apps of Windows?
I mean, if you maybe go to apps and then go back on the left side where it says apps and then go to startup.
Oh, here's startup. Okay. Asus Mouse Agent, Copilot. I don't want that. Epic Games. I don't want Epic Games to launch every time. Do I need that on? Like, is it some...
All right, I'll tell you what I have.
Yeah,
Epic Games Launcher, start when exiting to desktop. ROG Screen Manager, start when exiting to desktop.
Hey, hang on a second. Let me just ask if I can turn all these off real quick. There's OneDrive, there's Edge, there's Copilot. I can turn all this shit off, right?
Turn all that shit off.
Yeah, I don't want that. ROG Screen Manager, keep that on. Radeon, keep that on. Windows Security, sure.
That's
Xbox is on.
That's start when exiting to desktop.
This is just apps startup.
Right, but is the option start when exiting to desktop?
I don't see those words anywhere on the screen.
So under ROG Screen Manager, my selection is start when exiting to desktop.
Mine just says on.
Okay, click on and see what
Okay.
else you can select there.
It just says off now.
Okay, this is the problem.
Okay.
Your unit doesn't know that like full screen is an option, because if it did, these things launch when I leave. These things are meant to launch when I leave Xbox full screen mode, is what I'm assuming. So there is some sort of setting that is not like installed there, because look, I've got different options for the startup stuff. So there's something wonky.
Something's different.
Something's different. That's what it is. Yeah, I would factory reset. What do you have to lose at this
Fuck.
point? That's not a big deal.
Yeah,
that's
sign in, and there's only 2 factors. There's
I mean, if you want those sweet 2 gigs of RAM, you're gonna do what you gotta do, buddy.
it just works.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, factory reset now that you're under the device limit. That is an interesting thing. I don't know how much I buy into that reasoning as a reason for you to get somehow in this limbo area where like this is where you are, right? We followed all the directions that they sent us. You're up to date on all the versions, all the software. We've seen the option for full screen, yet Windows is like, I can't do this.
And you are backing me up in this not being a me thing. This isn't a me being dumb thing.
Look, I wasn't there every step of the way with you when you updated, but if you updated and you confirmed all those version
I put
numbers.
Steam on there.
Like,
I logged into Steam and I
you know?
downloaded Steam games and played them. And I updated. I followed the instructions on the email. Windows update, Armory Crate updates.
Like I said, I was not with you every step of the way, but you do have all the right software.
Yes.
You know, I don't know what you could, and I guess further to the point, I don't know what you could have messed up, right? Like, I don't know, unless, I don't know, unless at some point you were presented with a thing that you like said no to, and then the game, and maybe that is why, look, I used to factory reset everything all the time because I would dick around with something and then I'd be like, oh, I'm too far gone. I've drifted too far into the void. I must reset. And that's if I'm you, I'm approaching that.
And I like to just play things like I don't do a lot of fiddling since I don't, like I've got a decent-ish handle on these things, but like I'm not going into registry settings. I'm not fucking with stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just want to play it just kind of basic, like here's how it works. And this did not work like that.
And to be clear, again, I don't want to like misrepresent this. They say no one will have to do this because it'll do this out of the box. So, yeah, I mean, I think the criticisms for this thing that are out there are valid. I don't think it's incredibly user friendly.
I think if it gets to a point where this is all just working, I mean, I do see this becoming my go-to just because the power and the ergonomics and everything. I like that.
Let me ask you this. Do you think this, I don't know. I'm not trying to find like an excuse. Did you think you were going to play Xbox games with this thing out of the gate? Like, did you think this was somehow an Xbox One X?
I mean, yeah. Did you
thought this was an Xbox?
I thought it would play Xbox games.
I thought it would do Xbox Game Pass, PC Game Pass.
Of course,
I never thought
like,
this would do like a console game.
Well,
maybe
look,
I
go to
didn't,
Game Pass and you can go like you can.
Maybe
stream.
I'm just stupid and I'm like, oh, but like I just assumed this was going to emulate my Xbox experience the way it is on my PC.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't think it's doing anything different, right?
Yeah.
Like I had no like for me, my biggest hang up was the fact that there was no easy way to access Game Pass on my Steam Deck for PC games. Sure. And I was like, oh, this is going to solve that because it's going to let me install Steam and Epic, and I can play my Xbox games from the PC Game Pass games. That's what I thought. I realize, when you call a thing an Xbox thing, maybe there's some sort of like presumption that you're going to, but like, I don't know.
I mean, I go to my library and I go to all these games I have. Like I have hundreds and hundreds of Xbox games over the years, and just like some of them, it'll say play with cloud, And
Yeah.
a
Okay.
few of them will let me like download the like PC version, but like you can't
Okay.
just like I can't just download Wick and the Fable of Souls, from 2007 or whatever, Whereas I can on my Xbox. So that's the thing is like my Xbox, I can easily download old XBLA games and Braid or Castle Crashers, whatever. And that does not work this way on here.
Yeah, but to be clear, you couldn't do that on PC either, right?
No, but you can do it on Xbox.
Right, on Xbox. Totally.
Yeah. And
That's the divide. That's the difference between the console and the Xbox Game Pass PC experience. Like that's the divide. And I don't think there's a concerned effort to like bridge that gap.
Chat says Dan seems to have made the foolish mistake of believing this Xbox device marketed by Xbox as an Xbox might behave as an Xbox. Yeah, silly me.
It's funny. It's like when I was at the event last week, they had like a rep from Microsoft there. I guess I'm just like, I don't know if I feel like I'm less let down because I never thought this was going to be some magic Xbox device, right?
I mean, I was less interested in that. I guess I hadn't even thought about that much. I just wanted to play all my different, storefronts games on one powerful device. That's all I wanted.
Like, here's what I think this is. I think this is an Asus device that has a licensing partnership with Xbox, right?
Sure.
No different from any other Windows 11 portable out there. Save for like, oh, you get this Xbox full screen experience. But again, this is very much an Asus product first.
Mm-hmm.
With Xbox being like, hey, wouldn't it be super sick if we slapped an Xbox button on it,
which I
called it an Xbox thing?
Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, just sign this check and we'll do that for you. And that's it. Like,
but that's, I think, what makes it worse than the Ally X, where it's like, obviously it's more powerful. So on paper, it should be, a better device. But like adding the Xbox integration and all this bullshit that goes along with it, like I didn't have this trouble with just the ROG Ally X,
Right, because there was never an option to get into. It didn't have many confusing buttons, right?
Right,
and it didn't have this Xbox experience thing.
Right. Yeah, like the stuff they have added to this, specifically the Xbox stuff, has made this a much more complicated and worse experience, at least right now.
Symbiosis says the FSE will also come to the Ally.
Do we want that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you do if you can get it to work. Like, another thing I was a little disappointed with this is like I would be downloading like a pretty hefty game like Doom, and it just kind of goes to sleep. Like,
sure,
right? Like, how do you deal with that? Like, I feel like the Steam Deck would kind of still download even if the display went off.
If it goes into sleep mode or whatever, it will stop. Honestly, I had it on the couch next to me while I was playing like Yote, and
so
it
you just kept
pressing the screen. Yeah.
I wonder if you can go into just plain old Windows settings and keep the display on.
I'm sure you do some power setting or something like that. Yeah, like or if it's plugged in, it doesn't go to sleep. Yeah.
The people are clamoring. What does it smell like?
Well, the vents. It doesn't smell like the Steam Deck vents.
I don't have a good sense of smell, so I really got to get in there. Hang on.
Doing a little nose harmonica here.
Smells like a sauna.
Sauna.
Like the heating pads from a
It just
sauna.
smells like hot PCB.
Okay.
Do you know, like, if you solder and you like tinker?
Oh, I'm always soldering.
If you're a tinkerer, like I am, it's a hot PCB. I want you to factory reset.
Jesus Christ. I want to just wait and see if they do an update.
Leave Jesus out of this.
Do you want to see cloud gaming? Is Vault XPit out? I don't know if I can play that yet. I think the embargo is today.
I don't know.
I think it's out.
It's out? I don't want to think. I got to make sure. I'm not an embargo breaker. Oh, also just the
It's-
buttons just stopped working. Now I just can't.
Didn't
do
Valve
anything.
tell people not to sniff it? Oh, that's upsetting.
Uh-oh.
No more
Okay.
sniffing.
Well, the buttons just don't work anymore. I just can't go around anything. Oh, now it's working. Wait. Nope. Now it's not. Okay. That's great. That's
Yeah,
what
I've
we want.
noticed that too. And you know what else I've noticed? I've noticed that if you put it into the turbo mode, you get a better menu
I'm in
experience.
turbo now. Yeah.
You get a better menu experience.
I just can't interact with it now. Nope. No, wait. Are we good? Nope. Okay.
You'd
to no.
have an easier time in full screen. I think.
I love all the people in chat being like, "Oh, this is a Dan thing. Isn't the Dan device?" It's like, run my Steam Deck just fine.
I think it's a combination of it being a preview thing, right? It not being what they claim to be the final retail experience, and a bit of wonkiness, which I have experienced myself as well. The updating of this thing when I first got it took a very long time. And if you're not willing to like sit with this thing in your hands for 3 hours, constantly waking it up, it's going to take a while. And that was annoying.
And this thing is sold out.
What do you mean?
What?
I think it's sold out, right?
Really?
Like everywhere you could pre-order it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I believe that.
Oh.
It is. I can't answer this. I don't know if it's the most powerful portable out there, but I gotta imagine it's up there.
So the game
And
is launched. It's playing the music, but I just see the Steam. That's great.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
I'm gonna recommend a reset.
I don't have time for that.
I think you do. I think you have more time than anyone I know.
That is not true at
Like
all.
club in like 8 minutes.
Yeah,
Man,
you
I
gotta
need to
bl-
eat.
you gotta
I don't have
eat.
time to eat. I need to eat
told you
something.
to eat. I told you to do this.
We were doing tech tests. This is working. See, look at this. Look at this fun. Yeah. See, this is what I was doing. Just playing games.
Yeah, just playing. It plays games, folks.
Yeah,
there you
video
have it.
games.
There's the
Yeah.
2-hour review. It plays games.
Maybe we should start Play Club a half hour later. I got to make a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, I'll move it, Dan.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, now you have time to factory reset.
No, I'm still going to shoot that Yote thing. Ah. All right. Well, this was informative.
Yeah, I mean, look, we spent a lot of time on a thing that hopefully no one will have to deal with.
I hope I don't have to deal with this anymore because I want to use this thing.
No, you definitely do have to deal with it, but I think you should factory reset.
I'm just going to wait and see if there's an update. I'll give it a few days. When's it come out?
There's no way to know. When does it come out?
Tomorrow, says Chuck. All right, maybe it works tomorrow. We'll come back.
Oh my
Episode
God.
2 of this new feature we do.
We have to update folks if tomorrow it is like inexplicably working.
Dan.
Oh,
Dan,
I'll let you know.
This is the run.
Oh yeah,
This is
forget
the run.
Absolum or whatever. Yeah. Shit. What are we launching now? Okay. Are we done?
Yeah, I guess we're done. Thank you so much, folks, for checking out our extended, painfully long look at the ROG Xbox Ally X. Dan Reichert, thank you so much. My name is Jeff Bakalar. It's been a damn pleasure. If you have more questions about this, feel free to hit us up wherever.
I have
and
questions.
We'll help you. Yes, that includes you, Dan. Until next time, folks. Goodbye.